Salem's Ministry of the Occult. Thank you for joining us yet again. I am your host, Sarah, and this is your other host, Haley.
Yeah, so if you've stuck around for our first few episodes, we finally have some real podcast equipment. I have a sound mixer, so we actually have sounds and professional equipment. We are still working out how we're gonna record, so for right now it's still off my laptop.
Facts. But we're hoping sound and other things will just get better slowly.
Yeah. Also the jerky movements, because I know when I edit these sometimes it's like, ooh, 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 ooh.
I am a robot.
I'm there's so much shit I have to cut out. But we'll get better. It's fine. So sorry to interrupt you. I was this would be a good time to do a cheer.
No.
And then you stopped talking, so then I pressed it, and then you started talking again.
Honestly, cut me off.
No.
I need a good humbling moment every now and then.
Well, I mean, I think your past week was a humbling.
Oh my god, wasn't it? Jesus Christ. That was wild.
It was wild. It was very wild. Also, if I touch this, and it's gonna make some loud noises, so I do apologize, because I'm trying to figure it out.
I'm gonna just be like...
So, back to the podcast. You were saying?
I don't remember what I was saying. My brain is complete and total mush after this weekend. I had a very lovely time yesterday, though.
It sounds like it. I'm really happy that you got to have a good day after all the shit you've been through.
It's so lovely. It's nice to actually, I guess, have a reason to smile.
Yeah.
That sounds really dark and depressive. I'm so sorry.
Hey, we're here to be real with them and ourselves.
That is true.
We all experience bad days, bad emotions. It's normal. It's human.
But you notice after I did my little, negative energy and everything to that jar and threw it.
You've been very light lately. I've seen it.
Yeah.
So we're getting there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We're changing the energy. We're cleansing, and I probably sound like I'm high right now because
we might be a little high.
Yeah. Not on drugs.
Off incense.
Yes, on incense
and a lot of fumes
Palo Santo.
Which we just started drinking, but that only means it's gonna get worse from here. So the reason we're joking about being high is she redid her manifestation bowl, and part of that was burning a lot of incense. A lot of smells are going on in here. That's why it also might seem a little foggy.
A little?
Well, I don't know if they can see it. They're also probably it's always foggy. You guys are always burning incense.
You're always burning things. Oh my gosh.
Ourselves, our eyebrows. Not ourselves.
Don't burn yourself.
That was a joke about the last episode, because that literally exploded.
Yeah, if you guys didn't watch that, go back and watch it because that was top tier.
Also, if you didn't watch it, I'm going to put a disclaimer. There are quite a few times where we end up screaming. So just if you're using headphones, be careful. It gets loud for 2 seconds, 3 different times in that video.
I made a cute little swirl in it. Oh, I can't really show them, but yeah you're not going to be able to see it. Yeah. It just looks like sand and eggshells, but that's fine.
So just to kind of keep moving it along, we are going to do a continuation of our Yule Tide episode, which the last episode was just us doing crafts and explaining what the crafts were for and what we were doing with them. This time we have a few more crafts that we would like to finish up, but also we thought it would be fun to share some Christmas lore with you guys. I did a little bit of research, and I think mine ended up being German.
I have a book!
Yeah, I do have the Norse book. But the only thing, so I showed you guys a book in the last episode, and it's really cool, and I think I've learned a lot. And I did try to look up how to say words. So if I have to say them, I'm gonna do my best, but I did not do a refresher before we started videoing, so it's likely that I'm gonna screw them up, and I do apologize. But I'm trying to get better.
I'm also trying to get better.
But really the only Christmas thing that book has is the legend of mistletoe, which is still cool, and I figured one of us at least would go over it. I know you really like that myth.
I'll let you go over it though. I got all these.
Okay.
I don't know exactly which one I'm gonna do yet. There's so many.
Timeless tales of gods and heroes.
I forgot that I put this in there.
That's adorable. Oh, that's a sign. You're doing the right thing. That was
I'm not gonna cry on camera. Oh my god.
Do it.
Yeah, guys. Today we're gonna be talking about the great heroes before the Trojan War.
Look, I'm a Pisces. I'm all about them tears. Cry, bitch.
No.
Cry it out.
I'm not crying.
You're not like.
Oh shit! This also has Norse in it. I didn't know that.
You might have a better version of like the mistletoe myth then.
Who knows?
So, I mean, I'm totally like I did say like I thought you would go over it, so I'm fine either way. Yeah, so I think mine ended up being German because I started looking at Krampus, and they were like talking about like other things that go into Krampus, like other beings that are around during that time. And another thing that we're gonna do also while that throughout this, we're gonna do a few cord cutting rituals. The last one we did literally exploded in our face, so we're gonna redo it. And hopefully it goes better. I know I also wanted to do one just to kind of cut loose all of the negative energy and just anything that was a bad vibe throughout the year. I want to leave it here. We're going into a new year. I want to start it fresh. I think Sarah's also going to do one of those cord cuttings as well, but she also does have one that she's doing for her ex as well.
Yes.
Again.
Yeah, because we definitely need to redo that one. I did a little spell jar to tie his energy and any intentions that he has towards me to it and threw it into a river. What better way to tie someone's energy than to wash it away?
Yeah, and with a river, no doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not coming back.
Exactly. And plus, like, using water in magic is just so great because it really is like a really strong catalyst for your spells. Which I know sounds like really weird because it's like, isn't fire like a stronger catalyst? Nah, dude.
I think fire is more like cleansing. Like,
water is calm, angry, chaotic.
yeah.
It encaptures everything.
Yeah. And like also, I mean, if you think about it, like water trumps fire in most things.
Mm-hmm.
So like it can put it out. Oh Jesus. Okay. So I think I do have to. So I've mentioned these a few times, but I have these.
I'm just gonna tell you that right now.
Probably because it distracts you.
Oh, probably.
I have these. These are cast iron. They're little candle holders, and these are part of the equation of what I use for cord cutting rituals. We're gonna go ahead and start our cord cutting ritual, and we're gonna keep doing crafts, and we're gonna talk about folklore, and we're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, guys, you hear that? You better have a great time. Wait, where'd you put the thing? Isn't it? Yeah, it's here.
Oh yeah, I maimed some trees where I live.
I'm gonna steal just a sprig.
There's enough there. I was like, I'm gonna hopefully get enough for us to do our Yule logs. That's also a hope today. I don't know if it's actually gonna get done again, but we might be able to do one. Like we can probably clear off this table once we're done doing everything, and we can maybe do a Yule log. If not, we're gonna hopefully actually get a. Oh, that's disgusting. We're gonna get a TikTok up eventually.
Oh, I got it.
We did shoot one the other day, but it hasn't been edited and like put up yet.
Sorry, that was.
It's okay. I was like, I'll talk through it. It's fine. What did you do?
I couldn't get it to break off, so I did what I always do.
You bit it?
Yeah, I put it in my mouth.
One of these days, that's gonna backfire.
It's probably gonna kill me.
I hate these headphones. If you guys see me like doing this with my ear the whole time, it's because I have a headphone to monitor how we sound, and it's not staying in my ear.
I sound sexy?
You sound like Sean Connery. So I guess in a sense, yeah.
Sure, we'll go with that.
I mean, he does have a beautiful voice.
Oh, thank you.
I was in love with his voice as a child.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, it's deep and it's soothing. Because he would voice dragons.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I would.
Why did I go full Wisconsin on that? Oh, yeah. Would you like some cheese or that? I'm so sorry if you're from Wisconsin.
I love how in the last episode you gave me shit for doing accents.
I didn't mean to. That one completely slipped up. It's because a lot of my family is from up north, so sometimes I just like...
The only thing I can say like that is, oh yeah. I can't do anything else.
Just be like, hey, I'm walking here. What are you doing?
That's New York.
Tony's in the back. And if you fuck up again, you're gonna be swimming with the fishes. Just like my spill jar.
Okay.
Bet you didn't know that Poseidon was actually... He's not a Shaw, dude. He's... He's actually in the mafia.
Oh my god.
In New York. Or New Jersey, whichever one.
I'm gonna give you a laughing track for that.
Oh. Is it because I really gave it the sauce?
I felt like it was deserved.
Thank you.
Also, I really want to use our soundboard.
I love it.
Okay, so another thing that we did the last time that we didn't get to do on camera was we made our pine cones right here. They're little wish pine cones. So what you do is you take little slips of paper, you write wishes or intentions on them for the next year, and then you seal it in a bunch of wax. We did struggle with this. We did video it, and we're hoping to put it up on TikTok. It just hasn't happened yet. But we are getting there. Slowly but surely, we are turning professional in this, okay?
I probably look crazy right now.
No, you're putting intentions into them, giving them good vibes,
Breathing life into him. CPR!
What's your favorite CPR song?
Oh, it's gotta be golden.
I think mine is.
Also the staying alive, staying alive.
We are eventually gonna get to.
Yeah.
I think mine is the Eminem song. No, it's Shake That
Yep.
with Nate Dogg. Song.
Dude.
I saw a nurse doing it, and she was like songs that you can't sing out loud on the job or whatever. And
Dude, did I tell you about whenever I took my CPR class?
No.
Dude, whenever I was in nursing school and I took my CPR class, obviously I wore glasses at that time. My hair was shorter. So, obviously we're using a dummy. And it has this sensor that tells you if you're going, for lack of better words, going hard enough. Literally, what I had to do. Like, at first I was just like throwing my shoulders into it. No, I had to throw my whole back into it. Like, I legit had to go at it. It was insane. But I literally was going so hard that my glasses flew off and went like across the room. But I didn't stop. Because I was like, if this was a real person, if I stop, they're dead.
Yeah,
so
you can't stop.
Can't stop, won't stop. But yeah, so I just I kept going. Obviously, because they said to act like it's a real person. So I was like, alright, cool. Well, whenever I got done, the nurse who was leading the class literally looks at me and goes, "You are the only person I've ever seen to not stop because you lost something." She goes, "Most people, their hair falls down, their necklace gets in the way or something like that, and they stop. And they have to readjust." She's like, "You did exactly what you're supposed to do." She was like, "Honestly, I'd pass you right here and right now." And I was like, holy cow, okay.
Because, you're trying to save someone's life. Fuck your hair.
Exactly. I got insurance on my glasses. It's fine. And they probably got insurance on their life. But I'm not counting on it.
I mean, insurance only does so much in saving your life.
Exactly. I'm doing the real work.
For real.
Well, I was. Until I dropped out.
I mean, look, nursing ain't easy. But somebody gotta do it. I'm sorry.
It ain't easy, man, cheese. Straight up nursing schools.
If you're wondering what I'm doing, part of doing a cord cutting ritual is you take a candle that represents what you're trying to get rid of and you write in it what you're trying to get rid of. Most of the time you do this because of a connection with another person, you're trying to get rid of it. Mine is I'm just trying to cleanse myself for the coming year.
Hand me the lighter.
Yes.
Losing funky.
Never mind, I'm just, I'm writing things in it, I want to cleanse negativity, bad vibes, just other people's ill intentions for me. Stuff like that. I do go a little overboard because I'm you're not getting me, okay? I'm people say it all the time, I should have been a lawyer because I can find a loophole in freaking anything. But I'm if I don't put it on here. So I've tied a cord around my candles. This cord is...
Why don't you tie me with a cord?
I'm so sorry.
We don't need to, because you have handcuffs in your room. Those are sturdier.
Hey, I got rope too. Now I'm just telling on myself.
Yeah, you are.
I'm gonna shut up now.
Yeah, so you take cord. I tie my cord 3 times. I would loop it around the candles 3 times. I feel 3 is just kind of a very symbolic.
It's the witchy number.
Yeah, it's a witchy number.
Also, 3 times the charm because I'm the 3rd child. And they stopped at me, so obviously they stopped at perfection. Not really. I was the save the marriage baby and I failed.
Look, save the marriage babies never work, okay?
You were supposed to be a boy!
Yeah, been there.
You know what? Close enough. Yes, salt. Yes. Do you need to be assaulted?
I don't need to be assaulted, but I do need salt.
I gotta get more. There's not much.
It's fine. I closed it.
Let's get salty up in this hoe.
So yeah, so then you make a salt ring.
Gotta make sure you get real salty with it.
And you can use black salt, you can use regular table salt. I use just regular salt, honestly.
Sometimes I like to use pink Himalayan salt because it's pretty.
I'm trying to be conserving of the salt so we can do another one for you at the very least.
Broski, I got more salt in the kitchen.
Oh, well shit.
Yeah.
You said you needed more!
I do! Of that salt. The coarse sea salt. Because I like it coarse. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I'm on.
And last time we did this, Sarah, she did a whole lot of stuff to hers, which you can do. I've never done it. This is just usually how I do it, because I'm lazy.
But I was like, I'm getting this cut off.
Yeah, like, she has a reason to be doing a cord cutting. I really don't. I just want to.
What if I just cut my tongue on?
Cut it on fire?
Yeah.
Catch.
Catch, cut, fuck. I don't know.
Okay, so I've added some eggshells, which I've never done before, but I figured I would do it this time, because I kind of want...
Because you saw me do it, and I'm such a trendsetter.
I'm partly, but the other part is because I actually have them this time.
That's fair.
Yeah. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to light these, and then we're going to move on to something else. We're going to move up the cord because it keeps falling down, and we don't want this to take, like,
5,000 years later. You do wrap your candles a bit differently than I do.
Because I wrapped your candles last time, too.
Yeah.
So we can do yours again, and then you can do it. So you guys can see, like, the full picture of how different you can do things.
Yas. Yas.
Okay, so I think I'm gonna, since I already have my stuff pulled up, I'm gonna go ahead and start talking about Krampus.
Okay. That is perfect.
And if you want to get started on a craft. Okay, so mine is more so like kind of a history. It's not necessarily just the myth.
Oh yeah, I didn't do other.
What we're gonna learn about me together is that I really like the historical aspects of me, and kind of like where it came from, kind of how it's still a thing, sort of stuff. But yeah, so Krampus is believed to have originated in Germany. He's also very popular in the Alpine region of Austria, but he is believed to be a half goat, half demon. He has twisted horns and hoofed feet. He has been shown as a towering fur-covered creature that hunts down misbehaving, naughty children and eats them. Now, I will say I did also see that some myths have it where he like hunts them down and gives them like a lashing, like with a birch twig, but in others he eats the kids.
I'm so sorry. It's just
That he gives them a lashing.
He gives them a lashing.
It's a lashing. I'm trying to be sensitive in how I say it.
A good whooping.
Yeah, he gives them a good whooping. He says, "You're being bad. You deserve."
Naughty boy.
Oh my god. Okay.
I'm just trying to get us more viewers.
We don't have to get them like that. I mean, unless you guys want to pay.
You know, they say sex sells.
I mean, but we're not really selling anything. And while we're doing this, I'm going to turn it this way so you guys can kind of see. But this is the white candle, which is me, and this is the black candle, which is like all the negativity and bullshit in my life. My candle is burning. Like, the flame is really high. So, as you can see, I'm ready to just let it go and start over, start afresh. Anyways. Krampus. He is often seen as being equipped with bells, swinging chains, a sack or a basket with which he carries children, and a bundle of birch twigs he uses to swat them with. Krampus is thought to have been part of pagan rituals for the winter solstice in the German-speaking Alpine regions of Europe, particularly in Austria. The winter solstice marks the longest night of the year, and figures such as Krampus originated in early Alpine community traditions to dispel evil spirits believed to gather during the season. Variants of Krampus, sorry. I have to, because I say Krampus sometimes, so I have to remind myself that it's Krampus. So if I pause, I'm just trying to make sure I said it right. Variants of the Krampus tradition also appeared in southern Germany, especially Bavaria, and the border regions of...
What? What did you say?
Bavaria? Is that wrong? It's Bavaria.
You said Bavaria?
Yeah.
It's Bavaria.
Bavaria. I was about to say, you said it exactly the same. Bavaria. I'm sorry. I think there's something else that's Bavaria.
Bah.
Bah.
Also, you know why he uses birch?
Because Because it has a meaning, I'm guessing.
It does. It means they're a badass birch. No, there's an actual meaning of it. I just don't remember it.
I will Google the meaning of birch here in just a second, and we will see why it's the preferred twig of Krampus. But yeah, the tradition of Krampus is also seen in border regions of Slovenia.
Slovenia.
I have it right, yay. Northern Italy, Hungary, and Romania. According to some legends, he is the son of Hel. I found this very interesting. The Norse goddess of the underworld. With the spread of Christianity, Krampus became associated with Christmas, despite efforts by the Roman Catholic Church to ban him. The creature, I don't know why they changed to the creature, but that's referring to Krampus. And St. Nicholas are said to arrive on the evening of December 5th. This is a German word, and I'm going to do my best. December 5th is considered Krampusnacht.
Let me see it. I can see it. I can usually say it. Krampusnacht.
Okay, so I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Just so you guys can definitely hear me properly. Krampusnacht. I don't know why I rolled my R, but...
Okay, so that's Nacht.
Nacht.
Okay. See, I put an American spin on things, so even when I'm trying, it's like how we would say it.
With German, it is like it's a very, like...
Back of your throat.
Yeah. It's very, like, guttural, throaty language.
That's what I've heard. But Krampusnacht means Krampus night. It says the pairing of St. Nicholas and Krampus reflects a long-standing tradition in Alpine and Central European folklore of moral contrast, where goodness is rewarded and bad behavior is punished, each represented by St. Nicholas and Krampus respectively. While St. Nicholas rewards nice children by leaving presents, Krampus beats those who are naughty with birch twigs and branches. I love how vastly different it is. Santa's just like, here's a present, and then Krampus is right behind him like, hey little Jimmy!
Hey little Jimmy! You've been a bad boy this year!
And little Jimmy's just like, no!
Krampus, no! Mommy, Daddy, help!
Like, it's awful. But I understand why it would probably work, because we were just told Santa leaves you coal if you're bad, and then like kids are still terrible.
Like, I was told he doesn't even leave you coal because you're not even worth that.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
I think it's because my parents didn't exactly know where to get coal, so they were like...
That's fair. I would have nightmares.
But yet they knew where to get... Well, my uncle knew where to get, he got, like, deer hooves.
Mm-hmm.
And he literally one year went out in the snow. And he made it look like a bunch of deer had gone running through the yard.
I mean, that's creative.
He was on drugs, so of course he was creative.
Hence why it's creative.
Yeah.
Depending on the drug, you are very creative.
Well,
may not follow through with a lot of things. But
his drug of choice was opiates in the beginning.
Okay, back on topic.
Yeah, kids don't do drugs.
No, do not do drugs.
Drugs are bad.
Yes, so while St. Nicholas rewards nice children by leaving presents, Krampus beats those who are naughty with birch twigs and branches. It says in some cases, he is said to eat them or take them to hell. So there's quite a few options with Krampus. I guess it depends on how bad you were.
Hopefully not bad enough to go to hell.
Right. On December 6th, this is St. Nicholas's Day, children awaken to find their gifts or nurse their injuries. Krampus tradition manifests in public life through Krampushof?
Yeah, Krampus.
Oh, I got one. It translates to Krampus Run. This is typically where we get a public procession held in towns across Austria's Alpine regions, southern Germany, Trentino Alto Adige, or South Tyrol in Italy, and parts of Slovenia, Hungary.
Is it Adige or Adici?
Probably Adige. A-D-I-G-E. Adige.
Maybe?
Yeah.
Sounds right.
Hungary and Croatia. These events typically occur from mid-November through early December. Reach their peak on the evening of December 5th, the eve of St. Nicholas' Day. Participants in the Krampushof don handmade costumes, including shaggy fur suits, wooden masks.
I thought you were about to just stop at Shaggy, and I was like, why are they dressing up like... Okay.
I mean, hey, why not?
Alright, gang, we gotta solve the mystery.
Who's Krampus? costumes
All
also...
of them get beat by Krampus. My glasses!
I can't find my glasses.
Krampus bends down, grabs them, gives them to her.
Oh, I mean, that's
And
not
then
what
beats
it
them.
is. With a birch twig.
As it should be.
So their handmade costumes include shaggy fursuits, carved wooden masks, and horns. They can also feature cowbells, chains, and accessories such as whips, birch branches, and fangs. The Krampus figures, sometimes accompanied by Perchten, similarly fearsome folkloric characters, move through crowds chasing spectators and playfully whipping them with brooms.
Sounds like my kind of night.
Well, this caused me to go down like a kind of like a wormhole with German folklore, because I was like, I don't know what a Perchten is, so I was like, I'm gonna look it up, which is the next thing that I have. But that information did come from Britannica. I do want to.
You use Britannica too?
Look, I love Britannica.
Britannica is so good.
I use Britannica and like History.com a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The other information that I have, I did go to like other sites, so fact check. Like, don't take what I'm saying at face value. The Krampus information is pretty reliable because it came from Britannica, but the rest of it, fact check, whatever I say.
Very valid.
Would you like for me to keep going, or would you like?
Yeah, you can keep going.
Okay, I just want to make sure because, like, I know you're doing something, but I don't want to hog it.
Hog it, baby.
So the next thing that I looked up was Perchten, because I was like, I don't know what that is. So I found a bit of a description on burrowsofthedead.com, and I'm going to open that so I can read it. Now, to understand Perchten, you have to understand Frau Perchta.
Frau Perchta. Or Perchta.
Perchta?
I think it's Perchta, though.
That's what felt right.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Could be my Americanism. So, say Frau again. Is it Frau?
Frau.
Frau?
Or, well, Frau, yeah.
Frau.
Frau.
Frau Perchta she's not as well known as Krampus, but she is also around during Christmas time. She is a goddess or witch, and she's also very popular in the Alpine region, like Krampus is. But some history on that, and this one does give a book recommendation. It says The Old Magic of Christmas by Linda Radish. Linda Radish. She is the author of The Old Magic of Christmas. I haven't read it, but it was recommended in here, so we, could look into it. Probably will look into it. But yes, so Frau Perchta was also known as Berchta or Bertha.
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 Is it Big Bertha?
I guess. She's also been called Spinstubenfrau, or the spinning room lady. She's often depicted with a beaked nose made of iron, dressed in rags, perhaps carrying a cane, and generally resembling a decrepit old crone. But this old crone packs a mighty wallop, is what it says. She carries a long knife hidden under her skirt. So this Frau Perchta, I'm just going to call her Perchta because it also does refer to her as Perchta. She closely resembles Frigga in Norse. So it's kind of like Krampus is, because Odin is Saint Nick, and then you have Perchta, which is Frigga. So it's like you have Santa and Mrs. Claus, and then you have Odin and Frigga, and you have Krampus, and you have Perchta. So they have, we're relating there.
We're relating.
It says that they do share it says they share one obsession in common, which is spinning. I don't know why I said it like a question. I think it's because the first time I read it, I thought it meant like spinning, like you spin in a circle. But it is not referring to spinning in a circle. It is referring to spinning like you would yarn. They both are obsessed with spinning, like yarn, like wool.
I love that.
Frigga and Perchta, they share the obsession of spinning and domestic neatness. So it says that she gets kind of judgy with like how clean your house is and how neat you keep your home. Also, like with spinning wool, she basically comes after women who do not spin their wool, like all of it, or if they do like a shoddy job on it, like they half-ass it. She comes after them.
Oh no. She's
And
gonna come after me, definitely. My house is a mess and I don't spin wool.
well, I mean, yeah. But it says that her severity ranges in how she punishes you. But it says you should have all of your flax spun by the 12th night, which for context is January 6th. It says for when the Christmas season was over, it would be time to set up the big upright loom, at which time you must have enough thread to warp it and start your weaving. So Perchta's punishment for anyone who was too lazy to finish their weaving, Perchta would trample or even set fire to the half-spun fibers. So that was just if you didn't do your spinning and your weaving like you were supposed to. Now, if you really irritated her, and so that what that would entail is you didn't spin your flax and your home is a mess. Also, it throws this in there randomly, but you're supposed to leave out a traditional bowl of porridge for her. So if you don't have a clean home and you didn't spin your flax and you didn't leave out a bowl of porridge, she would go on a rampage and says she would steal into your bedroom, disembowel you, and replace your guts with rocks and straw.
Well, that's a little less. Aww.
Yeah. So Perchta, she has severities in how she does punishments. So basically, she's a little more lenient if you half-ass your weaving, but if you go above and beyond to piss her off, then
just
you're not gonna make it.
It says that Perchta does more than just one check of your spinning. And also, she is, in some legends, equated with the wild hunt. It says that she flies through the night sky, attended by an army of lost souls, including the demonic-looking Perchtin. So what started all this is looking for what Perchtin is. Perchtin are her army of servants who are visually nearly indistinguishable from Krampus. Sorry. When I get talking, it's Krampus, and then if I just say it, it's Krampus. I do that with the Caribbean, because it's like Pirates of the Caribbean, but when I just say the place, it's Caribbean.
It happens.
Yeah, I don't know.
To the best of us.
It says the only way to know for sure is context, to know the difference between Krampus and Perchtin. Krampus arrives on St. Nicholas Eve, while the Perchtin tend more toward Epiphany. It says the last 3 Thursdays before Christmas, also known as Birchtal, I think it's Birchtal, nights, or knocking nights. Also among her army of the night are the souls of unbaptized children. Legend has it, if you hear the wind and thunder roaring and rumbling through the mountains on the Birchtal nights, you're really hearing the sounds of Perchta leading the wild hunt. She's also got another name. I believe it's Holly. It's Holle. Holly. That's what makes sense to me because she's also like a Christmas spirit.
Yeah.
It could be said another way, but I think it's Holly. Another name for her is Holly, a winter goddess whose name means shining or bright. Hence her association with Epiphany, or the shining night, on which the Star of Bethlehem shone down. Her dual nature is expressed in the fact that there are both evil or ugly Perchtin and pretty Perchtin, both of whom you might find in a typical Perchtin loft, so a Perchtin run, like a Krampus run, in the alpine regions of Europe. That looks cute.
I still gotta add the dangles, but
Cute.
she a cutie patootie.
But yeah, so that's
I'll pause it
basically
right there.
how we got Perchtin. So yeah, they look identical to Krampus, but if you use your context in Perchta, then you will know that they are Perchtin and not Krampus. But yeah, and then I did have, okay, so I have 2 more, but if you are ready, we can talk about yours, and I can pick up with this in a moment, because that's a lot of German. That I probably butchered, and I'm so sorry. I was working on my pronunciation in Norse, and then I started doing all my folklore in German, and I'm like,
I have this. So this book is Mythology, Timeless Tales of Gods and Heroes by Edith Hamilton. And I'm just gonna give you a brief synopsis of one of the stories.
oh, mine is taking. They're not burning at all.
Yeah, I know, they are being so slow. With the myths and folklore that is told around this time, it can quite literally be any and all. Just to do a little information dump on you guys right fast, because I know you miss our little factoid talks,
We never stopped. What do you mean?
Yeah, you're right. Pretty much, as long as the story has a purpose, to share a virtue. So as long as you're learning something from it, that's all that matters. Which takes me into a story that I have a friend that really likes, and you know this friend.
We work with it?
Yes.
Who is it?
Whenever I tell the story, you're gonna know automatically. So in the story, it is about a boy and his father. His father is an inventor, and he is imprisoned by a king. Well, the king traps him and his son, and Broski is like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not making anything else for this king. So that's why they got locked up. Well, he decides, I know the second I say names, you're gonna know this, so that's why I'm not saying any names currently.
I think I already know what it is, but you're like leaving stuff out on purpose.
Yeah, because I don't want you to know. So, whenever the oh so lovely inventor figures out what is to happen to them, decides him and his son are going to escape. And the way that they decide to escape is they create wings. Do you remember the dad's name?
I say Daedalus.
Yeah, that's pretty close. Daedalus is... That's like exactly how you say it.
I had an English teacher one time who was teaching us the poem for this, and she was like, who knows the names? And I said it, and she was like, the father is Icarus.
No.
And I was like, no, it's not. It's Daedalus. And she said, well, even if it is, that's not how you say the name. And I was like, look it up. Look it up. Because she was like, it's not. It's Icarus. Icarus is the father. And so she didn't trust me to do it because she was like, no matter what you find, you're going to say you're right. She had some other kid in class look it up. And they were like, Daedalus is the father and Icarus is the son. Literally, I was like, boom. Because I fucking hated this teacher.
I'm so dead.
We
That's
had
so great.
We had beef all 4 years of high school, bro.
Not the beef.
I called her Moose.
Oh.
Because I was like, you're fucking gigantic.
Oh my god, that's so mean.
I did not like her. I'm not typically a mean person, but I didn't like her.
But
Sorry.
as you can tell, they created wings with wax and they made frames and everything. And finally the day came and they jumped out of the window and they went soaring. But somebody got too big for their shoes, or well, their tunic really. And that would be Icarus. Daedalus kept telling him, don't fly too close to the sun, it'll melt the wax on your wings. And we have to get away, we have to escape. Well, Icarus did not listen. So he kept flying high and high and higher, laughing all the way, enjoying the air, and then he done fucked. The wax just kept melting, and he fell. And Daedalus cried and pleaded with the gods to save his son. He asked Apollo specifically. Well, it didn't exactly work, and Icarus fell to his death and drowned in the ocean. The lesson in that story is, obviously, don't let yourself get blinded by the good times so far that you... Well...
Don't do that.
Exactly.
That was good timing.
That really was. Very comedic. Yeah. But one twist to the tale that I like, that I feel like gives it just a tad bit like cuter vibes, I guess, is one storytelling is that whenever Icarus falls, rather than drowning and dying when he hits the water, Apollo smiled upon him and gave mercy and turned him into a dolphin. And that's where dolphins came from. And I love that story so much more.
Yeah.
Because to me it's just like, oh, he gets to play in the ocean all the time. Like, hell yeah.
Just to be free.
Exactly.
Oh. Dolphins are dicks.
They're horny motherfuckers.
They're like so smart, it's scary, and they're dicks.
Don't be scared you're gonna be eaten by a shark. Be scared you're gonna be essayed by a dolphin.
And they will.
They will. They so will.
They also, I think one of my favorite facts about dolphins is that they will play with pufferfish, and like they do it to scare them because pufferfish release a toxin, but instead of it being a toxin to dolphins, it just gets them high. So they play with pufferfish so that they can get high.
As they should, honestly. And I take it. Since you were busy, I will do another one.
If you don't mind.
I don't mind at all. So for this story, I'm actually going to be reading directly from Mythology Timeless Tales of Gods and Heroes by Edith Hamilton. This story actually kind of goes with the season because it's the story of Demeter and her one and only lovely daughter, Persephone. Demeter had an only daughter, Persephone. In Latin, Proserpine, or Proserpine. Yeah. The maiden of the spring. She lost her, and in her terrible grief, she withheld her gifts from the earth, which turned into a frozen desert. The green and flowering land was icebound and lifeless because Persephone had disappeared. The lord of the dark underworld, the king of the multitudinous dead, carried her off when enticed by the wondrous bloom of the narcissus. She strayed too far from her companions, in his chariot drawn by coal-black steeds. He rose up through a chasm in the earth, and grasping the maiden by the wrist, set her beside him. He bore her away, weeping down to the underworld. The high hills echoed her cry, and the depths of the sea, and her mother heard it. She sped like a bird over sea and land, seeking her daughter. But no one would tell her the truth, no man, nor God, nor any sure messenger from the birds. 9 days Demeter wandered, and all that time she would not taste of ambrosia or put sweet nectar to her lips. At last she came to the sun, and he told her all the story. Persephone was down in the world beneath the earth, among the shadowy dead. Then a still greater grief entered Demeter's heart. She left Olympus, she dwelt on earth, but so disguised that none knew her. And indeed, the gods are not easily discerned by mortal men. In her desolate wanderings, she came to Elysius, and sat by the wayside near a well. She seemed an aged woman, such as in great houses care for the children or guard the storerooms. 4 lovely maidens, sisters, coming to draw water from the well, saw her and asked her pityingly what she did there. She answered that she had fled from pirates who had meant to sell her as a slave, and that she knew no one in this strange land to go to for help. They told her that any house in the town would welcome her, but that they would like best to bring her to their own if she would wait there while they went to ask their mother. The goddess bent her head in assent, and the girls, filling their shining pitchers with water, hurried home. Their mother, Metaneira, bade them return at once and invite the stranger to come. And speeding back, they found the glorious goddess sitting there, deeply veiled and covered to her slender feet by her dark robe. She followed them, and as she crossed the threshold to the hall where the mother sat, holding her young son, a divine radiance filled the doorway, and awe fell upon Metaneira. She bade Demeter be seated, and herself offered her honey, sweet wine, but the goddess would not taste it. She asked instead for barley water flavored with mint, the cooling draught of the reaper at harvest time, and also the sacred cup given to the worshippers at Elysius. Thus refreshed, she took the child and held him to her fragrant bosom, and his mother's heart was glad. So Demeter nursed Demophon, the son that Metaneira had borne to wise Celeus, and the child grew like a young god, for daily Demeter anointed him with ambrosia, and at night she would place him in the red heart of the fire. Her purpose was to give him immortal youth. Something, however, made the mother uneasy, so that one night she kept watch and screamed in terror when she saw the child laid in the fire. The goddess was angered. She seized the boy and cast him on the ground. She had meant to set him free from old age and from death, but that was not to be. Still he had lain upon her knees and slept in her arms, and therefore he should have the honor throughout his life. Then she showed herself the goddess manifest. Beauty breathed about her, and a lovely fragrance. Light shone from her, so that the great house was filled with brightness. She was Demeter. She told the awestruck woman they must build her a great temple near the town, and so win back the favor of her heart. Thus she left them, and Metaneira fell speechless to the earth, and all there trembled with fear. In the morning they told Celeus what had happened, and he called the people together and revealed to them the command of the goddess. They worked willingly to build her a temple, and when it was finished, Demeter came to it and sat there, apart from the gods in Olympus, alone, wasting away with longing for her daughter. That year was the most dreadful and cruel for mankind over all the earth. Nothing grew, no seed sprang up. In vain the oxen drew the plowshare through the furrows. It seemed the whole race of men would die of famine. At last Zeus saw that he must take the matter in hand. He sent the gods to Demeter, one after another, to try to turn her from her anger. But she listened to none of them. Never would she let the earth bear fruit until she had seen her daughter. Then Zeus realized that his brother must give way. He told Hermes to go down to the underworld and to bid the lord of it let his bride go back to Demeter. Hermes found the two sitting side by side, Persephone shrinking away reluctant because she longed for her mother. At Hermes' words she sprang up joyfully, eager to go. Her husband knew that he must obey the word of Zeus and send her up to earth away from him. But he prayed her as she left him to have kind thoughts of him and not be so sorrowful that she was the wife of one who was the great among the immortals. And he made her eat a pomegranate seed, knowing in his heart that if she did so, she must return to him. He got ready his golden car. And Hermes took the reins and drove the black horses straight to the temple where Demeter was. She ran out to meet her daughter as swiftly as Maenad, I believe is how that's pronounced. Maenad? Yeah, I believe that's Maenad. Runs down the mountainside. Persephone sprang into her arms and was held fast there. All day they talked of what happened to them both, and Demeter grieved when she heard of the pomegranate seed, fearing that she could not keep her daughter with her. Then Zeus sent another messenger to her, a great personage, none other than his revered mother Rhea, the oldest of the gods. Swiftly she hastened down from the heights of Olympus to the barren, leafless earth, and standing at the door of the temple she spoke to Demeter. Come, my daughter, for Zeus, far-seeing, loud-thundering, bids you come once again to the halls of the gods, where you shall have honor, where you will have your desire, your daughter, to comfort your sorrow. As each year is accomplished, and bitter winter is ended, for a third party part, only the kingdom of darkness shall hold her. For the rest you will keep her, you and the happy immortals. Peace now, give men life, which comes alone from your giving. Demeter did not refuse, poor comfort though it was, that she must lose Persephone for 4 months every year, and see her young loveliness go down to the world of the dead. But she was kind, the good goddess, men always called her. She was sorry for the desolation she had brought about. She made the fields once more rich with abundant fruit, and the whole world bright with flowers and green leaves. She also went to the princes of Elysius, who had built her a temple, and she chose one, Triptolemus, to be her ambassador to men, instructing them how to sow the corn. She taught him and Celeus and the others her sacred rites, mysteries which no one may utter, for deep awe checks the tongue. Blessed is he who has seen them. His lot will be good in the world to come. Queen of fragrant Elysius, giver of earth's good gifts, give me your grace, O Demeter. You too, Persephone, fairest maiden, all lovely, I offer song for your favor. I've always loved that story.
Yeah.
It's just pretty. But I like the other version of it a bit better, because I am a firm believer that Hades did not kidnap Persephone. Persephone wanted to get away from her mother and went with him into the underworld.
And they fell madly in love with each other.
And that's why Hades is god of the simps.
Straight up. Which I think for me, it's because the other myth was the original. It's a lot like Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
The original myth gave women too much power. Because in the original one, her name was Kor. It wasn't Persephone.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, let's go with Persephone.
It sounds prettier.
But I mean, yeah, like she had the power of choice in that because she walked into the underworld, because as we know with Greek mythology, the underworld is somewhere that you can walk into.
Mm-hmm.
You can't walk back out if you're mortal.
Well,
You can sometimes. A lot of the heroes can.
Yeah.
But if you were just an everyday mortal, typically if you walked in, you weren't coming back out.
But if you were a lover of one and then he just decided to look back.
Which, I watched Sandman on Netflix, and they do
Eurydice.
Yeah, they do his storyline because Morpheus is his father, and the whole thing is Morpheus. Like the whole show is Morpheus, and it was so well done. Like,
Really?
Yes.
I've gotta watch it. Everyone tells me like how good it is, and I just have not watched it yet.
I haven't watched. I think it's like the last 2 episodes, and I saw someone explain it too because they were like, you know, you would imagine it wouldn't be that difficult to do it. I can't remember exactly how they explained it because like when he sees the sunlight
Mm-hmm.
and he turns around.
Yep.
But the thing was is she had to be like in it. But he was like, oh, I see the sunlight.
I need to make sure that my honey is right behind me because this could be a cruel joke. Shit.
Yeah, like he just needed to wait a little bit longer and then it would have been fine.
You know what the message behind that story is? Patience is virtue.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
What do you mean that's bullshit?
Look, watch Sandman and watch what they do to that poor boy, and it's fucking terrible. Yeah.
That makes me sad.
Yeah, because like, well, I don't want to tell you anything if you're gonna watch it. Okay, so spoiler alert, if you haven't watched Sandman, don't listen to this. But, so Sandman is like, it's based off of a comic by Neil Gaiman. And he has these big, like, personifications of things. So we have Dream, who's Morpheus, you have Death, you have Destruction, Delirium, Desire, and there's 6 of them. Destiny.
I'm surprised he didn't do more of a like 7 deadly sins kind of deal.
Well, I think it's supposed to be like...
Or like 4 horsemen.
Yeah. It's supposed to be like these were the things that were like there. Like when humans evolved, these are the things that we gave personification to. So it was like destiny was first, and then like
Manifest destiny. Fuck, manifest destiny.
and it goes from there because like they're all no, I think death was first actually. But like her thing is like she's like I'll be here until the last living thing dies. So she's like I'll watch like all of my siblings die. Like I will be the last thing. Like she has a line where she's like when the universe ends, I will be the one that shuts the door.
That is such a like.
Yeah. We love death in the show. We love death in the show.
I mean, I like things that are dead. Look at my wall. I have dead bugs.
It's fair. Yeah,
I love death.
Death does get a bad rap because like
So-
you can't help it.
So many people fear death, and it's like, why?
It's inevitable. You can't fear it. It's gonna happen no matter what.
Yeah, get it?
So yeah, with Salmon, the whole thing is they all know that she is gonna die. Like they get married and they're all at the wedding because I mean these are his aunts and uncles. And like delirium, desire, death, they all know that she's gonna die, but they can't do anything to stop it. They can't tell him, they can't warn him. And the night of their wedding, she dies. And
Dang.
right.
So death do us part.
Yeah.
It just did.
She got bit by a poisonous snake.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she
Yeah.
dies. So he goes to his aunt, Death, and he's like, please bring her back. Like, I know you can go to the underworld and you can bring her back. And she's like, I can't do that. Like, she's already crossed the veil. She's out of my hands. I can't do it. And so she ends up making a deal with him. And she's like, I can lead you to the underworld. I can give you the key to the underworld. And you can try to make the deal yourself. But beyond that, I can't help you. And she warns him, she says, if you do this, I will no longer be able to... She's like, the hands of death will no longer be able to touch you. So basically, she warns him and she's like, if you do this, if you agree to this deal, I cannot reap your soul after this. And he doesn't second guess it at all. He doesn't look more into it. He just says, okay. And he goes. And so...
a love like that.
He, you know, that all happens and then he wants to die. And he does, but then he doesn't. He comes back because death can't touch him.
Ouch.
And like how he comes back and like how he has to live out thousands of years of his life is fucked.
Dang.
It's so fucked.
That just sounds painful.
Yeah. Like it, it's like the biggest plot point of like season 2. So I'm not gonna tell you like what happens after that, but like the way they did his story was very well done.
I love that. I love whenever like they use Greek mythology and everything.
Yeah.
And I twist on it.
I love it because also Calliope, one of the muses, is his mother. Morpheus is his father and Calliope is his mother. And I didn't know how to say Calliope until I watched So I was like, learning. But yeah, it's so good.
Also, one thing I like about this book, it has the story of like the flowers, which you know I love flowers.
You do.
I do. It has Narcissus, Hyacinth, and Adonis.
Okay.
And I'm just like, love it. I love the stories of flowers. I just love the language of flowers. Like, every flower has its own symbolism.
Yeah.
Even, like, my favorite flower, which is yellow roses, which everyone is so shocked whenever I'm like, yeah, I love yellow roses.
And I thought you were going to be like black roses or something.
I know. But no, that's why I have up here my yellow roses, too.
Yeah. Which I like, because they're not flowers, they're weeds, but I love dandelions.
It's only a weed because someone dictated it to be so.
Yeah.
It's actually a flower, so...
I know, but I love them. And I think I like them because, like, when I was a kid, I was convinced they were my mom's favorite flower. And so, like, she would get home from working night shift, and I would go out in the yard, and I would pick her dandelion bouquets, and I would leave them for her on her nightstand.
That's so sweet.
For her to wake up. And then she, like, as you do, you grow up, and then your parents are like, yeah, you remember this thing that you used to do? I didn't care. Because she was like, I don't like dandelions, but you were convinced that I did.
That is so cute, though.
And I was like, it's because I like dandelions.
The last dandelion of the season. Do this every year. Nobody loves Sid the Slot.
I love Sid the Slot. It's hilarious.
Yepers.
I love when they're in the one with the dinosaurs. Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
Yes.
And he's like battling with a mother T-Rex. Yes! And instead of being like, I'm their father, he's also like, I'm their mother, and I love it.
Mama Sid.
Right.
We love it.
He's
crashing gender roles.
Right. There was something else. It'll probably come back to me. I'm like not all here, which is probably why the last episode was a clusterfuck because we were doing crafts.
Oh, yeah.
This episode is a clusterfuck because
we're not here and
Yeah.
I'm being spicy.
I mean,
I've been very spicy this episode.
you have. I think I'm not here.
You know, it's probably because like that date yesterday just like
Yeah.
it's got me.
I've just been fucking exhausted.
I thought you were mad right there. I was like, I've just been
Fucking. No, I haven't. I was texting my mom because she messaged me last night at like 9. And she was like, have you eaten? And I was like, I literally just made myself an omelet. I got off work at like 5 p.m. Got home, went to sleep, woke up at 8:30 and then made myself a full breakfast spread.
As you should, honestly.
I made an omelet, made like cheesy
Breakfast
toast,
for dinner?
hash browns.
Amazing.
Yeah. And then my mom messaged me and I was like, yeah, I just woke up and I'm about to go back to bed. I was like, I've just been exhausted. And she's like, you probably need some vitamin B and some zinc. And I was like, you're not wrong. It's just another thing for me to buy.
Well, I can tell you what I'm vitamin deficient in.
D.
Yeah, actually, it's severe.
I know. I was pretty severe, but I don't think they re-upped my vitamin D prescription that they had for me. They did re-up my iron because I still tested low in iron, and I ran out, so I stopped taking it like 2 months ago. And they were like, hey,
That's probably why you're so freaking tired, dude.
Yes, but I'm also tired when I take it.
Are you less tired?
Maybe.
Uh-huh.
I
That's
know.
what I thought.
With the next paycheck, I'm gonna get the prescription filled. I'm gonna take
you
it.
better, you little spooky
But
pookie.
it's been Christmas. I put my vitamins on the back.
Christmas.
I put my vitamins on the back burner. I bought everybody Christmas. So I was like, I need my Celexa more than I need vitamins.
I'm so dead.
So yeah, my mom's gonna watch this and she's gonna be like, what's the point you even going to the fucking doctor?
Facts.
Because I like to give myself a scare when I go and I get the results of my blood test before I talk to my doctor that I have diabetes. That's why I go. Let's see. I think I can go into probably my last two that I had. These are also German.
I remember my grandpa used to always say something to me because he was stationed in Germany for a little bit. I can't remember what the full thing is, but I remember it being like Ich Liebling Küss, and it translates to my darling, give me a kiss. And I always loved that. Like, I thought that was the sweetest thing.
Look, I have seen some like phrases that are said in German that their meanings are so beautiful.
Yes, like I love the German language, and that's why I semi-know how to pronounce some of the words, is because like my grandpa was stationed and like he knew a little bit of German.
Yeah.
And he was also stationed for a little bit in Japan.
Yeah.
If you can't tell what war he fought in, it's a little telling. It was World War II. But hey, grandpa he never really talked about it though.
I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's still a thing. Like, my dad and my brother were both in the army, and I mean, they don't talk about it.
But he does,
A lot of times I can't talk about it.
yeah. He talked about some of the people he met, and there was this one lady that she would do art on the street, and he had a brown paper bag, and she drew him in his uniform, and he sent it back to the States to my grandma.
Oh.
And, like, it is still hung up in the house.
That's so cute.
I think my Aunt Tanya currently has it, but I love that. Like, that is just one of my favorite things. They were married for over 75 years. That's who I look up to.
Yeah, as you should.
Grandma and Grandpa, they were on it. One time I asked my grandpa, I was like, how has your marriage lasted so long? You know what he told me?
She said jump, and I said how
Yeah.
high.
I told you that, didn't I?
You did.
Yeah. It's so cute. It's just so romantic. I love it. Just imagine having that.
Yeah. I look up to my parents a lot. And it's so funny because, like, in school, like, people would be like, your parents are so cute. They're goals. And I'm like, they are, but also you guys don't live with them. They're like anybody else.
They get cringe.
They get cringe. They have their issues like everybody else, but they are really cute. Like, my dad built my mom a library because she wanted it.
Oh, that's so... I love that.
Yeah, like, he's a teddy bear. He's an anal asshole, but he's a teddy bear. Like, he'll piss you off, and then he'll, like, do something super cute. And you're like, why was I mad at you? You make me feel like an asshole for being mad
I'm
at you.
gonna tell you right now, man will not burn down the world for me. I don't want it.
Fair.
Hell, if a woman won't burn down the world for me,
The other.
I'll burn down the world for a woman.
Look, if I care about you, I'll burn down the world for you. That's my thing.
Aww.
I got you. You know, because I was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna say it on this podcast since they might watch it, but yeah. We had some shit go down recently, and I was like, I was about to go the fuck off on some people.
Which I highly appreciate because I sometimes have an issue standing up for myself.
Oh, don't we all? Don't we all? But yeah, that's my thing. Injustices, I can't do it. I literally left a job because my managers were doing some hinky shit to other people, to people that I was friends with, and I was like, I'm not cool with it.
I like that.
Yeah. We left at the same time, like, she called me, and, she was a manager, but they were, like, pushing her out.
Ooh.
And she called me, because we put in our 2-week notice at the same time, and she was sobbing, and she was like, I got there, I hadn't even clocked in yet, but I was eating breakfast, and the other managers had come back there, and they were hounding her, and they were like, you need to get on the floor, what are you doing, you don't have time to eat, you don't have time to do this, blah, 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 blah. And she was like, I don't need this. And so she stood up, she threw her keys in their face, and she walked out. She said, I put in a 2-week notice to be nice, but I never want to come back to this hellhole.
Damn right.
And so she calls me, and I also had put in my 2-week notice. I had to finish that out. And I was scheduled to work that day, and she calls me, and she's crying, and she's like, I threw my keys in my face, and I walked out. And I said, okay, give me 5 minutes. And I called. This was also during COVID. So I called, and I was like, hey, I've been throwing up all night. I have a fever. It's like 104. I can't come in. Because during that time, if you threw up or if you had a fever, you had to have a full 24 hours in between when you last threw up and when your fever broke. And so for the last week that I was there, I was like, man, my fever just won't fucking break. I kept calling out. I didn't go in.
I was so dead.
I was like, I'm done with you people.
So you know what's one thing I love? These stories can count towards our like folklore and everything. Because it's literally any stories.
I mean, that's
Especially like, oh, we're sitting by a fire?
candles.
How romantic.
Yeah, and I guess it could also count in like, you know, the 12 days of Yule, because like that one is like, how did you take care of your community? I took care of my community because I stood up with them. I took a stand with them, and like, yeah, I didn't do much for the place that we worked, but it solidified our friendship. Like, we're still really good friends today.
That's so sweet. I love that. Oh, but yours is going faster.
It is.
Because you were...
I think it's probably not moving as fast because like, I'm not really trying to get away from like a person or like cut ties with anything. I'm just cleansing out negativity.
That's fair.
Okay, so back to folklore. So this legend is about Belschnickel.
What a wonderful word.
I know! And honestly, I think the only reason I know how to say it is because it was in a movie. It was in a Christmas movie. They had an elf and his name was Belschnickel.
I love that. That's so great.
I was like, okay. But anyway, he can be traced back to the Palatinate region of southwestern Germany. He is sometimes also called Chris Kinkle. So like Chris Kingle.
Chris
Kringle. Thank you.
Kinkle.
I knew what I was trying to say, but it wasn't there.
Chris Kinkle. He comes to kink you up.
Not the true, like the modern depiction of Santa, no. But there's a
He
few
just
that-
looks like a like really just sexy Santa sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Like the one from that one movie.
Which one?
The one where everyone thirsts over Jack Frost and for some reason some people thirst over the Easter Bunny.
It's Guardians.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my gosh. That kills me.
Yes.
Why are they
He's Russian.
thirsting
He's Russian.
over...
He's Russian. He's tatted up.
But
Yeah.
why are people thirsting over the Easter Bunny?
Because it's Hugh Jackman.
But he's a bunny. Stop it.
He's a humanoid bunny.
I don't like it. It feels...
I found a...
Icky.
So for anyone who's like me, I love that movie. But I also felt like there was a lot of tension between Jack Frost and Pitch. So I found a...
No.
I found a ship fanfiction on Tumblr, and it's so beautiful. I need to find it. Hold on.
Oh my god.
I'm
so
gonna
dead.
share, because I'm not a gatekeeper.
I'm so dead.
Sometimes I do it on accident, and I do try to correct. Hold on.
I'm so deceased.
Why?
Just
Because I'm sharing it.
Jack Frost and Pitch? No.
Yes. Which, to be fair,
I'm more
to
of
be
like
fair,
a Pitch and Sandman.
they feel like brothers, honestly.
No. But like the way he grabbed them, like
I mean,
it's just it's giving jilted lover.
I can see it. But still, which honestly, I do think that some of my like shipping did come from this fan fiction because they go a lot into like the story because there is a story that like gives you the background. It's like a children's story, and I really want it because it's beautiful. But this one, if I can get there, God, I have so many. Oh, here it is.
Also, Jack Frost. Oh my god.
Yes. Okay, so if you're on Tumblr and you want to read this, it's a long one. It's a long fan fiction. But the person is Gilly Moon. It's Gilly with a dash and moon. And the fic is titled, I think it's Shattered Pieces.
Not it having like a really like early 2000s like edgy name.
Well, I mean, it's but yeah, so like it started with this. So like they made an edit of like that's Jack Frost, and he's basically like he has like a really emotional
Breakdown.
moment, and the person that comes to comfort him is Pitch Black. Like Pitch Black finds him, and then that starts their like
I can't do it. No.
look, just read the fanfic. It's beautiful.
Oh my god.
It's so beautiful because also like you get it, like they're both in certain ways outcasted. Because it took the whole fucking movie for them to be like, okay, we understand you, Jack Frost. And even at that, we don't understand you, Jack Frost.
Yeah.
And the only person that did kind of sympathize with him throughout like all the movie is Pitch. Because he's an outcast.
I don't know if I would say.
Well, because like his whole thing is like nobody can see Pitch. And well, for a long time nobody could see Pitch. And no one could see Jack Frost either. No one believed in him, so they couldn't see him.
I don't know, but I wouldn't exactly say like he empathized or like sympathized with him. I would say more of he like tried to manipulate him and use his trauma
Well,
against like.
in the movie, yes.
Okay.
But fan fiction takes liberties.
Yeah, it does.
So in the fan fiction, they take more of like a Winter Soldier route with it.
I'm so dead.
So the route that they take with it is that Pitch Black is like he's being mind controlled by something, and I can't get into it because it's going to give a lot of shit away. But he's basically being mind controlled, and so when they beat him at the end of the movie, it like knocks the mind control loose, and he realizes like who he used to be, who he became, and he goes on this whole journey of like trying to right his wrongs. And he's doing it in like a self-sacrificial way, but then
Broski literally pulls a Zuko.
yeah,
I love that. Okay.
yeah.
That's
And then him and Jack Frost fall in love.
Oh, I can't do it!
It's so beautiful.
I just can't.
Maybe just read it without the notion of like who it is.
Okay. I'll try.
Yeah, you should. It's amazing.
Does it get spicy?
Oh, it is so spicy. It is so spicy. It takes a minute for it to get there, but there's like 50 chapters.
Speaking of spicy, I finally finished the book, The Song of Achilles.
Bruh, that broke my heart.
Oh,
I knew it was coming because I mean
I know,
I know how it ends. But
yeah.
how she did that.
Oh,
Ugh.
I could literally cry about it right now.
I know.
Like, oh, I just love the story of Achilles and Patroclus. Like,
Yes, same.
it doesn't matter how it's told. Actually, no, it does matter. They were not cousins.
No.
Well,
I mean, it was
they were
ancient.
distant, but they were most definitely lovers. 100%.
Yes.
Cannot change my mind.
I know I've said it on this podcast before. If not, I'm pretty sure I have. But if not, I have said it in other places in life. You do not react the way that Achilles did to Patroclus' death if that's your family member.
He legit was sleeping in the same bed as, like, his deceased lover.
Yeah.
And just sobbing grotesquely every 5 seconds and just, like,
Yeah. And
would not let anyone else touch him.
He was gifted Briseis.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't touch her. Didn't want her. And you're telling me that Patroclus is his cousin. Okay. And the only reason in the real myth and in Song of Achilles, the only reason that he goes and saves Briseis is not because he wants to save her the fate of being given to the troops, basically, because that's what was happening. Is she was going to be passed around.
What's his name?
Agamemnon?
Agamemnon?
Shit.
That sounds right.
Agamemnon.
The nom-nom.
He takes her, and he's like, I'm gonna give her to my men, because you didn't come out to battle with us. And I mean, Achilles, he was like, I really don't give a fuck. I didn't want her anyway. And Patroclus is like, no, that's my friend. And so Achilles was like, alright, I'll go get her. And he did.
Exactly.
He did that for his boo. He did not do that because he gave a shit about that woman. Is a red flag. But,
I mean,
like, the fact that he was like, I don't really care what happens here. But
that's kind of what I want, though. Like, someone who just doesn't care about anyone else, but, like, whenever it comes to me,
cave. Give me what I want right now.
just
Yeah.
absolutely
Maybe that's because we're
will go
brats.
to war. Although, have you finished your coffee?
Yeah.
Oh my god, you actually like that? Is it because it has alcohol in it?
Probably.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it was sweet this time.
Oh my gosh, what if that's why we've gotten on the spicy track?
I don't know, it's not that much alcohol.
Yeah, but alcohol is still seen as like a slight aphrodisiac.
No, it's a downer.
It is a downer, but it can also be an upper for some things.
True.
Unless it's whiskey, then you get, yeah.
This is fair.
Poussable?
Which, to be fair, I think it would be fine if I wasn't over here just like, meh.
It's the pheromone. It's like the alpha.
It's the lack of oxygen because you fumigated us.
I opened a window.
Oh, wow.
That probably means that the neighbors can hear our conversations, actually.
Hey, neighbors.
How am I gonna look my neighbors in the face? They watched me grow up.
I mean, my mom probably is going to watch this. I mean, she knows how unhinged I am, but I've also talked about fucking dragons and gods.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can you imagine being somebody's mom?
Bro Cthulhu.
I don't know.
Just like music there, you know.
We might need to reconsider renaming this podcast.
Gosh.
I think we talk more about...
Smut?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
And I literally just gave a recommendation for a Tumblr fanfiction.
Oh my gosh. Salem's Ministry of the Occult and Smut.
And fuckery.
And tomfuckery. My face is so, like, hot right now.
It's the alcohol. My cheeks are red.
Yeah.
I know mine's... Yeah. That just means you're, like, allergic to alcohol, right?
Oh, really? That's actually really funny.
Yeah, it's like, it's killing you more than it kills other people in the population. Which is why you get really hot and your face turns red.
Kinky.
Yeah.
You know, they say pick your poison.
I don't think that's how I want to go out, but I mean, sure.
Would you rather hydrangeas?
No, because I feel like that's a really pussy way to go out.
Azaleas?
No, I'm not getting taken out by a flower.
Why not?
Because.
Could be fun.
How? You know, you can take me out with some hemlock.
Nightshade.
I've always, so when I found out about Socrates is like my favorite Greek philosopher. And it's literally just because of how he died. Because his whole thing is, it's where we get the Socratic method, is somebody's going to tell you something, your job is to question it. Your job is to go out there and find your truth of that. So that's what he challenged his students to do. He was like, never listen to what anybody else tells you is fact. Find it out for yourself. And the government did not like that. And they told him that he needed to go out there and be like, I'm a liar, don't listen to me. And he was like, fuck that, I'm not doing it. So they were like, look man, if you don't do it, we're going to kill you. And he was like, kill me then. So his execution was done through hemlock. Hemlock is not depending on, you know, the dosage. It's not very fast poison, but you're gonna fucking die. So like he literally like for 7 days like had a violent fucking death. And like there was something else I was gonna say about Krampus. I watched Grimm, the TV show, for a little while, and they actually do have a really good episode on Krampus.
Ooh.
Yeah, like I feel like, because I'd heard of him at that point, but I'd never really like paid attention to like depictions of him. But they have an episode where it's Krampus. They're hunting Krampus, and it's so good because a lot of Grimm is actually like German based, which I found really cool because until then I didn't really like have a lot to do with like German culture. And honestly, I mean, I don't know if a lot of it is based on real myths from German culture, but it's really cool. It was a cool show. I didn't finish it. I think I'm in like the last season or the second to last season, but it started getting crazy and I was like, it lost its tone.
Dang, hate that. Okay, so we should probably end it here.
Okay, we're gonna say our closer.
Thanks for joining us, and as always, our brains are yours to pick. Oh, we ate that up.
We usually do once we get our shit together.
Yeah, it just takes a second.